Good morning. Welcome to the audio lecture for Monday, August 21st, 2017. We're going to go ahead and get started. The recording is in session. We are not meeting today for our go-to meeting, so I went ahead and just did a pre-recorded video. Therefore, if you have any questions after the video, you're more than welcome to either text me or you can email me, which would be the best ways to contact me. Be sure to do that between the hours noted on the schedule. I will try to respond back to you as soon as possible. If not, you will definitely have a response from me within 24 hours. What I want to do today is just, this is going to be a very brief meeting. And I do apologize for us not being able to have the live meeting. However, I am going to still give you credit for attending the meeting if you listen to this video and submit a journal that discusses at least 3 things that I stated during the meeting. If your journal does not cover that, I will not give you credit for attending the meeting and you will receive a 0 for the journal. Okay? So real quickly, I uploaded in DocSharing the instructions for your project that is due tomorrow. I actually uploaded those instructions on Saturday. I'm not sure if you've had an opportunity to go out into DocSharing to see if it's there, but it has been out there since Saturday. So you've had an opportunity to start on it if you so desire. And you also have the opportunity and the ability to be able to submit it early if you desire as well, as the Dropbox for that particular project is already open and available. No late projects will be accepted. And what I'm going to do today, and just in case you have not looked at it yet, I want to go ahead and at least pull it up and just kind of talk about the instructions for the project. So it's designed to be a really simple, easy going project, nothing to be really hard or strenuous on you. Just requires a little bit of your time and a little dedication. Basically, the title of the project is called Healthcare at its Best. And in a nutshell, what you're doing, you're actually discussing with me a department of your choice. So you're telling me about a department as though I'm brand new to the healthcare field. This is an introductory class, okay? Introduction to healthcare is just what it says. It's just an introduction. I don't expect you to go into full details on a particular topic in a class like this, but I do expect you to know enough about the department that you're discussing so that when you get out into the medical field, you have a general idea as well. This is why I start the class out trying to make sure that I expose you to as many departments as I possibly can. I try to expose you to many different types of medical professionals as I possibly can. Because being in management, you come in contact with a lot of individuals. You're not just talking to people that's in your particular facility, but you never know when you're going to have to contact others from other facilities. For example, if you're going to be a clinic manager over a doctor's office, but you're sending your patients, but the doctor at your facility is sending patients to specialists, heart specialists, bone specialists, foot specialists. If he or she is sending, or maybe you just sending he's just sending the patients to a diagnostic center to have MRIs done or CAT scans done, or even some more maybe some ultrasounds or something like that, something that's not done currently in the office. If they're sending those patients out to other places, then of course you can expect to have conversations with those individuals. You never know when someone from another facility may call you to talk to you directly because you're the manager of the facility. And so you want to be able to know that, oh, okay, I have an x-ray technician calling me. I pretty much know what their job duty is. Or I have someone calling me from the mammogram department. Or I have a specialist calling me. He deals with feet. So you need to know that's a podiatrist. Okay, you need to know what his job duties are, what it entails. So this is why in this class, I do that introductory piece because I want you to just have a snapshot. I don't want you to go into your job not knowing a lot of things. And so when I decided to have students put together a PowerPoint presentation for a project like this, it really is designed to be very simple. It's just time consuming. So you basically, like I stated before, you choose a department that you are interested in. You may say, oh, well, I'm interested in the ER department. Okay, so you're interested in the ER department. This is what I need you to do if you're interested in the ER department. Number one, I need you to understand that it has to be a PowerPoint presentation. Okay, and I am going through the instructions for the project. I actually have it pulled up. So the first thing is knowing that you need a PowerPoint presentation. Second thing is choosing one healthcare department that you want to research, and we're just going to use the ER for an example. Now, in your presentation, there are certain things that I have to have in detail. Those things include A, I need a title slide. The title slide is your very first slide of your presentation. So when I open up your PowerPoint, it's the first thing I see. It should have your name, which should be your first and last name, and the department that you choose, okay? Now, so you choose ER. I don't want you to just say, oh, my name is Talisa Gaines, ER department. No, I need you to make the title slide a little festive. Engage my attention. So by engaging my attention, one thing that you can do is what I have highlighted on the instructions, place a picture on the title slide that represents your department. So find a really nice ER slide that you could put into there and then put that on your title slide to get me engaged. B, list the functions this department performs. Okay? So whatever functions goes on in that department, what is the purpose of the ER? Why do we have it? What do they do? Don't just say they treat major illnesses and emergency situations. No, give me a little bit more than that. Be a little bit more detailed than that. C, of all the medical professionals that work in this department, include the following information. So that means you think about an ER department. I want you to think about it in terms of from the beginning to the end. So the very first thing you go when you go into the very first thing that you do when you go into the emergency room department, you sign in. Those ladies or gentlemen that you sign in with, they have a title. They also have a set of duties. When you leave from there, normally the next person is your triage person. That person has a specific title. They have specific duties. And then from there, you go on to the back. You may see the doctor first, or you may see the nurse first, or you may see a resident doctor. Okay? You may see lab first. It just depends. What you need to do is list all of the medical professionals that work in that department. And we're talking about ER, it's just an example. Once you have listed all of that, there are still 3 things about each professional you need to discuss. For every single professional that you mention, every single one, if it's 5 people that you mention, for all 5 of them, you need to tell me what type of education is required for each one of them, what salary is earned by each of them, and what are their specific job duties. So if it was me, yes, I probably will put each one of them on a separate slide. That's okay. The one thing you will notice, I do not give a slide count for this presentation. I cannot give you a slide count because your slide count depends on what your department is. And then that depends on how many professionals are working in that department. And then, of course, you got to give me all this other information about each one. So again, list all of the medical professionals. Tell me what type of education is required for each one of them. And remember, they may all be different. What is the salary for each one? That will be different. And the specific job duties, that will be different. So you got 5 people, that's 5 slides. You can take each person and take all of that information and put on that slide. Can you use a picture? Sure, you can use pictures. But I mainly want the information. I don't want you to glamorize the presentation, but there's no information. Give me the information. You can still put a little glamour in there to make it festive. D, list the types of equipment that can be found in the department. You should have a minimum of 3 types at minimum. You can list more than 3, but you got to have at least 3 pieces. Don't tell me telephone, fax, computer. No. Just about every medical department has some type of equipment. Even if you're discussing physical therapy or occupational therapy, they have several pieces of equipment in there. So I'm looking for specific equipment. I'm really not looking for telephone, computer. I know all of that. I'm looking for actual medical equipment. Okay? At least 3 types. Now, it doesn't stop there. For each piece of equipment, someone invented that equipment. If you tell me an x-ray machine, just a normal x-ray machine, somebody invented the x-ray machine. If you tell me the stethoscope that they use to listen to heartbeats and all, somebody invented that. Okay, if you tell me thermometer for taking the temperatures and stuff when you're in triage, somebody invented the thermometer. So list the types of equipment that can be found in the department. Okay, at minimum, you must have at least 3. And for each piece of equipment listed, provide the first and last name of the inventor. And D, provide 2 examples of either a hospital facility or doctor's office that represents the department which you are discussing. So if you're discussing the emergency room, basically, you need to provide me 2 examples of an emergency room, or you can provide me examples of, for emergency room, it's more than likely going to be a hospital. Not unless you decided you was going to discuss an urgent care department. And if you discuss an urgent care department, then guess what? That could be American Family Care. That may be Bessemer West. That may be Hoover West. So there are several different examples of that. And I just use those because they're here in Alabama. If you're from a different state, you can use what's in your particular state. It does not have to be from Alabama. Okay? It doesn't even have to be from the state that you're currently in. It could be from any state. Just provide me the example. So if you're going to discuss pediatrician department, then you need to give me 2 examples of a pediatrician office. What I want for an example, I want the full name and the full address of the hospital or the facility. So if it's hospitals that you're giving me examples of, and I must have 2, I need the full name of the hospital, full address. If it's medical doctor's offices or other medical facilities that you're giving me, I need full name and full address. Outside of all of that, everywhere that you've done your research, I need your references in APA style for everywhere that you've looked up all of your information. Okay. Now there is an APA guide in the bibliography section of the learning management of the learning management system, which is your portal. If you look in bibliography, you should see a link to APA so that you'll know how to properly cite your resources. Okay. All I need is a listing of the websites that you visited to gather your information, but I need them formatted according to APA. And then I just need you to be creative, neat, and organized in your presentation. Use a nice background color, and you can also use pictures because they will help to enhance the project. Once you get done, you're going to submit the project to me as an attachment. And of course, make sure you follow your rubric for the project. You have a possibility of 100 points that you can get. Okay? Other than that, that's the instructions for the project. As far as today, journal, you have until tomorrow night to submit the journal. Discussion number 7 is open and available. At least your initial post is due tonight, along with your day 13 activity. It is a really short activity. It is on some healthcare law terms. You can use the internet to help you with that. It shouldn't take you long to finish it. And then for homework, you have chapter 14. You also have chapter 15, so you should see it. It should be open for you as well. Other than that, I have nothing else for today's meeting. Again, if you have any questions about what I've discussed today, be sure to email me or text me, and I will try to contact you back as soon as possible. If not, you'll definitely have a response within 24 hours. I hope that each of you have a wonderful day today. Thank you.